This is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Welcome to the Dan and Kev Show.
Yes, it's the Dan and Kev Show here. I am Dan.
And I am Kev.
You're listening to the Dan and Kev Show. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much as well. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell button and all that jazz if you're listening on there and watching us. It's lovely. We have a guest with us today as well, which is the iDoctor, also known as Ollie.
Hello,
he's
welcome.
Waving. Welcome to the Dan and Kev Show.
How are you doing? Oh,
we're good.
It's already fallen out. I'm going to have the same problem.
He's losing his earbuds.
It's a hot day today.
It is very hot
warm day. Yes, I think. Hopefully, I love it though. I love the summer. Can all go through it. So, for those that don't know the iDoctor, he is quite popular on TikTok at the moment with over 600,000 followers. Is that correct?
That's right. Yeah, we hit 600K last week, which is awesome.
And it continues to rise, I believe, as well. So he's got a lot of views on there. And he also has a YouTube channel as well. So for our listeners, tell them a little bit about yourself and what you do and the company.
Yeah, so I am Ollie, and I'm the owner of iDoctor UK. We are a mobile phone repair shop, and we make cool videos. I think that sums me up nicely. That's it. Short and sweet.
That's exactly it. It is short and sweet, and the videos are very cool. And obviously, you know, the followers lap it up. You know, that you're getting so much likes and stuff on there, and people love tech. I think that's the biggest thing here. And
Totally.
I'm amazed at how much detail you go into these videos and the little tiny little things that you're picking up and cleaning, and it's so interesting.
Yeah. So what I try to combine is the entertainment factor of the tech stuff and things like that. There's a few guys who do that, and then there's a few guys who do like really technical tutorial videos. I'm trying to combine the two to make it really entertaining for everybody.
And it's
combining
hard to deal with
technology.
Yeah,
sorry.
You've only got like a minute on TikTok to get all that in such a short space of time. You're doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
So, in relation to iDoctoring, how many? I'm going to ask a bit about the business because I do like watching the videos as well as loads of other people do as well. And it's the close-ups using like the macro lens camera.
Yeah.
What does that actually look like? Is it massive? Because you've got to look at it as well. So is it on a screen or are you looking into something?
No, so my little rig, what I've got set up, I use my iPhone 11 Pro to record all the videos. Well, for the YouTube guys, you can see the microscope just behind me there. But yeah, we use a stereo microscope, it's called. And for the really, really small stuff, we use that just to amplify our vision. I suppose that's the word. Yeah. So we just sort of amplifying what we can see and making it bigger. That's what it is, making it bigger. So
making it bigger.
You'd be surprised at how much easier it is to work when sort of you isolate all your peripheral vision from around the microscope, look through it, and it's like you're in a completely different world. It takes a little bit of getting used to. There was a time when I was learning where I would often put my finger in underneath the microscope to try and nudge something really small, but then you realize that thing, if I nudge it even a fraction with my finger, it's like it's going across the room in the real world. So it's funny on small stuff.
What you do is very similar to that of a surgeon.
Yeah, totally. Yes.
Very, very, very fine details that you're dealing with here. And like I said, one wrong move, that's it, isn't it, really? So
yeah, you can make a mess.
But you come highly rated. Sorry, I'm just going to jump in there with the ratings and things, and people send you a lot of stuff. How many phones or iPads or Androids and things do you get per week on average?
I usually work it out by the day, and we go anywhere from sort of 10 to 20 devices a day that we work through. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's a little bit less when it's really quiet. But generally, the postman brings a very steady stream of orders through the door. and then we get our local customers as well, which is great. So yeah,
20 to 21 a day. So that's nearly over 100 a week.
we work through quite a lot of repairs.
And the turnaround time is obviously different to each one, depending on how long it takes. It might be a small repair, which is something simple. So that could be anything from 10, 15 minutes, half hour, to maybe like 4 or 5 hours, depending on what the issue is.
Exactly that. And some devices get put into a queue. Like we do quite a lot of data recovery stuff, which is quite advanced. When it's been to maybe 5, 6 shops already, it ends up with us, and we're picking up the scraps and things like that. And those kind of jobs, I could sit there maybe for 8 hours and work on something. So yeah, those kind of jobs, they're the bigger jobs.
And is it all iPhones? Because I don't see many Androids.
No, we do fix Androids. In all honesty, people don't want to see it, so I don't post many videos of it.
See, again, I told you, iPhones are better than Android. See, he loves Android. You see, he's an Android fan, and I'm an Apple fanboy. Whereas he just massive. It's so much better. Yes, it is. No, it's not. You can get viruses on your phone, whereas the iPhone is so seamless, and it's lovely.
So seamless, you can't use anything with it.
You can. I've connected I've connected my microphone up now. Apple are getting on board with the more peripherals.
You have to buy a separate lead for that.
Yeah, you need an adapter for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you need an adapter for everything these days, right? But you pay for quality.
I thought it was because Android phones were so good. That's why you had no videos on it.
All right then.
Ollie,
the iDoctor. What is your favorite device? What is your favorite make?
Oh man, I am so sucked into the Apple ecosphere. I'm talking to you through my Mac. What the video is recording on my iPhone, and later on when I listen back to the podcast, I might stick it on my iPad. So I am fully in the Apple ecosphere. I've got a Windows PC behind me. It rarely gets used other than the things what you can't get on the Mac, which is a shame. But the thing what I love about the Apple products is they all work so seamlessly together.
Yes.
The way you can transfer files and photos. I can take a photo on my iPhone and then pick it up on the MacBook and start working on it through Photoshop straight away. So that's what I like about it. That's what I like about it. They do have their flaws. They certainly have their flaws. There's a lot of restrictions with Apple products, but yeah, I like them. I mean,
their stuff is cool. Like, I don't not like them. It's just it's little banter that we've always had between me and Dan.
Totally.
It's like Sony, Microsoft, and I've always been PlayStation, and luckily Dan has as well. So that's nothing that else divides.
Or you're an Arsenal fan, Kev. That's even worse.
And you're Spurs, so yeah, very different again.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, and you know what? I do try and stir the pot a little bit on the videos. On some of the videos we make, we ask people what they prefer, and it usually starts that little argument on Samsung or Huawei, Android or iPhone. Yeah,
it will never finish. It'll be forever an argument until we're old. It'll still be arguing about it in 30 years' time.
It's cat and dog, isn't it? Cat and dog.
So people that watch you on TikTok, they love it. They want to know maybe a bit more about you, your background, a little bit anyway. So what made you start repairing devices, and how did it start, I guess?
Good question. So my background is actually in construction and civil engineering. I was working as a civil engineer in the railway industry before. This is coming up to 2 years ago when I left there. I worked there for about 7 years, I think. And I was working away all over the country, backwards and forwards between Sheffield, which is home, and London, Blackpool, Birmingham, Scotland, all over the place. And I was quite fed up with doing that. So while I was training to work on the railway, I was sort of funding that with fixing people's phone screens, changing batteries and things like that. It got to a point where I was just scratching my head and I'm thinking, what could I do where I'm not working away from home? And I got a pop-up on Facebook saying your Facebook page is about to expire. And then that was sort of the light bulb moment. I thought, I'm not going to let that expire. Let's take it to the next level with iDoctor. And here we are today, a couple of years down the line. We're doing really well. I restarted the business. Originally, it was we would go out to the customer. So I'd go out in my truck, fix a customer's phone either in their home or in my vehicle. I broke my leg, so I couldn't do that anymore, and started working from home full time. Then we got the microscope and all the other equipment there. Got more and more into the deeper, darker repairs out there, and moved into this unit where we're at now. And that's pretty much where we're at today.
Wow, 2 years down, got your own little office environment that we can see. And well, if people are listening, but they won't be able to see it. If you go on YouTube, you'll be able to see it. So, yes. Yeah.
So you achieved quite a lot in 2
have?
years.
Yeah.
How many staff was that?
Yeah, staff, and obviously you've learned a lot more in 2 years. What Kev was saying, were you, Kev?
Yes, sorry. It was coming in two directions there. Yeah, so
sorry.
I have got one full-time staff, and my wife works for us part-time as well. So she looks after, I say part-time, but she works from home. She always looks after the emails, the phone calls. A lot of the stuff comes through Facebook Messenger, which is a pretty cool platform what's transformed into a pretty cool way to run your business. It's got its downfalls and things like that, but it's a really handy tool because everyone's on Facebook. You can quickly get names and information and stuff like that out there. So she deals with all that side of things. And then I think about 6 weeks ago, we took on a young lady called Sophie, who came highly recommended from another shop who wanted to progress. She'd seen the videos on TikTok of what we do and stuff like that. And she wanted to go from the fixing screens, batteries, charging ports, what lots and lots of people can do, to the more advanced micro soldering stuff. So yeah, she came on board about 6-7 weeks ago, I think, and she's progressing well. She's done a course, she's learning, doing really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is there any way you want to expand this to any other sort of areas, or have you thought about that going forward? Or
so at the minute, I'm expanding the sort of videos. What I'm doing, that's what I'm concentrating on right now. We're at a point where we're sort of busy enough. I want to keep producing videos because it's sort of, I really enjoy doing the repairs. I really enjoy making videos. I don't so much really enjoy the admin side of it. So maybe we can get to a point where I can employ somebody to do that for me and branch out for us. But at the minute, no. We might take on another member of staff in the near future, but in terms of expanding into another property, probably not anytime soon. This place, what we've got here, is pretty big for what we need. I mean, there's 2 of us who work here full time, and I could probably squeeze another 3 people in here and work. Yeah. Even COVID safe, we could work. So yeah, I'm staying where I am at the minute.
See what happens.
Yeah, totally. A lot can happen in a few months.
Yeah.
What about other devices such as like not just phones and tablets and things, but like Nintendo Switch, for example, or a PlayStation or something? Have you, or can you do those as well?
So I would say I can, and I have. We get quite a lot of Nintendo Switches through the door. I don't mind working on them. I like to work on things that are quite small. Otherwise, it just takes up the whole bench. When we start taking Xboxes, PS4s, PS5s and stuff like that, we can repair them. Usually it's for our mates or something when they broke it. I'll rarely take them on as an actual customer, just because it's not my speciality, for one. There's other people out there who enjoy doing them, and they're a pain in the arse to take apart, in all honesty. I just don't like them. But Nintendo Switches are tolerable. People bring all kinds of electronics into it because at one time, like I'm talking a few years ago, there used to be shops what would repair electronic equipment, but they're very few and far between now. So they see my videos on TikTok, and then I go from being an iPhone repair guy to a radio repair guy, or fix my remote control or something crazy like that. Something crazy. We've had all sorts in the door.
I was going to say, what's the weirdest thing that you've probably been asked to repair?
Oh, man, you know what? Somebody at Christmas, the guy who's got the industrial unit below us, he brought me a light up Christmas tree sort of decoration that he's had on the front of his van for the last 10 years, and the connections on there had worked themselves loose, so it didn't light up anymore. So he brought that, and he wanted me to fix that up. So we did, and I mean, repairs like that aren't very sort of economical. If somebody brought it in and wanted to pay money for that, it probably wouldn't be worth the while. But he's a good guy. He's helped us out on a couple of occasions, so it was a freebie from us. That
he wants his Christmas tree in the window every year.
Yeah.
It's a nostalgia thing. You've got to have it. Got to have it. What's the hardest thing that you have to repair? What is the hardest thing that you've repaired in recent times?
So the pinnacle of sort of iPhone repairs is when you get to a point where you can't find what's wrong with something. You basically have to transplant the 3 important chips from the phone and transfer it onto a known good phone. So that's the CPU, the NAND, which is the flash memory, and the baseband CPU, which is the bit what effectively makes a phone a phone. So a phone without the baseband won't be able to call or text. It doesn't have an IMEI number. It will still use Wi-Fi and all the other smart functions, what it does. But yeah, we transplant those 3 chips. They're 3 big chips, 3 fragile chips, and that's sort of the pinnacle of sort of advanced microsoldering repair.
It does seem hard. Yeah, that does sound hard as well. I mean, when I look at some of the videos, it's sort of straightforward. But when you get into the nitty gritty stuff, when you're using the little
tiny tools.
Is this alive? Yeah. is this alive? Is that not alive? No, it's not. Well, get rid of that. Put a new one in. And I'm like, wow, like these things, I could not even fathom how to do it.
And then you're hooking it up to this other stuff. I saw it. I know you've got like a battery thing, which you put in to check to see if it's charging. But you had this other thing that you connected on one video that checked the power or something of the CPU, or that was where's that coming from? That's pretty cool.
Honestly, I'm such a gadget man as well. So anything that I see from the Chinese sort of wholesalers always WhatsApp you or email you with all these new tools and equipment will come out. As soon as I see something, I'm like, yeah, need that. And then I end up with all kinds of stuff that I'll use once for its novelty, and then it just gets chucked in the drawer and stuff like that. But I'm a sucker for that kind of thing.
I saw the laser cutter though. That is really cool.
Yeah, the laser. People love the laser as well. Like I usually do a lot of live streaming on TikTok. Yes, and the amount of viewers when you start sitting by the laser and start ruining the back of a phone, what's already broken, that just shoots up through the roof when they see you on the laser, because it's really cool. In reality, it doesn't do much harm. Like, you can put your hand under it and it doesn't affect skin. But yeah, it looks cool, sounds cool, and yeah, laser beams are cool, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like lasers. Sorry, my sound effects. You see, I did dabble in the TikTok videos a while back, and that's how iDoctor Ollie found me as well, because I was tasting food really with my tongue, wasn't I, Kev, and being a bit crazy on there. But also, I do obviously this is my main niche. I am the Dan and Kev Show.
It was an interesting thing you were doing, for sure.
You know, the thing that reminded me of is, I can't remember the YouTube channel. It's something how-tos, and basically he makes food and stuff, and he starts throwing chicken and then rubbing it around and things like that. I can't remember the name of the guy, but yeah, it reminds me of that, and I love that style of sort of video because it all originated from Vine, didn't it? And those really short, sharp, keep people interested videos. I like it. I like that style.
I should bring it back slowly, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. But this is good.
You probably run out of things to lick, didn't you?
Without going, I can't lick tables or anything. You know, I want something to taste. But yeah, if anyone ever wants that link, let me know in Twitter at Dan and Kev Show, and I'll be happy to share that link with you. But in the meantime, yeah, we've got Ollie here. Let's talk about Ollie's stuff because he's the one with 600,000 followers. You know, I'm nowhere near that. So I've obviously gone through quite a few of those questions there. There's another sort of final one from me anyway. What is your top iPhone tip?
Oh, man.
You know, settings and things. What do
I'll
people
tell you,
miss?
my number one iPhone tip, what nobody even seems to know, is that instead of pressing, when you're in the camera app, instead of pressing the middle button or the circle, open your phone. Instead of pressing the circle to take, instead of pressing the circle to take a photo, press volume down.
I can do that on Android.
I did know that
honestly,
as well.
Yeah,
Volume
honestly,
yes.
Yeah, press volume down, and it does the shutter. That's all it does. But
because it's easier if you like that with the
Yes, totally. So
and
that's
people
my
don't know that.
I feel like that was so anticlimactic. let me think of something else. Yeah, we'll
give you time. We'll cut.
I'll come back at you. I can counter that. Let me counter it with my one. Did you know in the accessibility settings, you can activate the Apple button as a button on the back?
I did know that.
Yeah.
When iOS 14 came out, people were going nuts for that little thing where you can triple tap the back cover and it do something like take a screenshot or whatever. But yeah, that was cool. Sorry about my slightly anticlimactic one. One bit of advice, what I will say now that I've been ripped for it, is use good charging cables. That is so important. So Apple have the MFI program, which is the Made for iPhone program. I'm not telling people to go out and buy the Apple cables because they are a bit rubbish. But always when you're buying cables, don't buy them from Poundland, don't buy them from eBay. Look for the MFI logo, and it does a lot of good for the phone rather than pumping unregulated voltages into the device, which will eventually burn out certain chips on there, and then you have to come and make a visit to the iDoctor.
Make a visit or send it in. Don't visit.
or send it in. Yeah, you can send it in too.
But it's
Are
so
you
hard.
a public place to people to go into? Sorry.
Say that again, sorry.
People can't just turn up at your door, though, can they? Or can they?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got like a counter at the front. We've got a little trade counter at the front, so people can walk in and do walk in. So that's the local people. They do come and say hi, and then we get the mail in stuff as well. So yeah, we take it from all directions.
Get it all over the place, but it is pretty hard trying to find genuine cables. You know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We're just laughing over the double entendre there.
I know. Yeah, I'm terrible with my mind.
You know what? I could
filthy mind.
I could see which way my mind was going there, and I was struggling to keep a straight face for saying that.
I didn't realise what you said.
He takes it in all the ports. Take it, iPad.
All the charging ports.
Yes.
Kev, you were going to ask something. Yeah,
I was going to ask. I completely forgot what it was now. It's probably irrelevant now.
I am so sorry. That was my mind going off on a tangent with the taking it in all directions.
We'll give you a chance to answer another question then. So what would you say is your best piece of tech that you have? Personal or work? What's your favourite?
Is it the laser?
The laser's cool, but I've had that about 18 months now, so it's expired in terms of it's got to be my microscope. That's fairly new. The microscope, it's really, really top of the range. Most of them are white as well, and this one's black, and it just looks really good on the desk. So yeah, the microscope is a beast. Just having a quick look around to see.
It's got so much stuff there. We can just see in the background.
It's like the Matrix, but in the iDoctor world.
Yeah. So I'm going to go with the microscope.
It almost looks like one of them Zoom virtual backgrounds that just doesn't look real. It's like you got all this stuff there.
Yeah, I closed up early, and I've tried to make it look a little bit tidier and a little bit cool because Dan sent me the Dan sent me the YouTube link earlier, so I thought if this gets uploaded, I can't just have my toilet door as the background. So,
Well, my kitchen,
I'm
was in the last
strategically
one.
positioned.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
cool, man. Yes.
Yes. No, that's wonderful. I did have another question, but it's going out of my head now. I'm losing. It's always never enough time in the podcast.
No.
We always run out of time, don't we? How long we got, Kev?
I've got plenty. Another 5 minutes if you want to keep going.
Oh, lovely. There we
Another
go.
5. So
Another. He knows how crazy I am.
I know.
So
He's
It's great. It's great. I love it.
funny relationship. So obviously going tech wise, obviously films are massive with tech. Any inspiration from that, or is that what you sort of have an interest in, sci-fi films? Or
no. In all honesty, my favorite film would be like a old western. It's got to be an old western. I'm into westerns. Anything with like a Ennio Morricone soundtrack. I'm into music from films. You might see on the TikTok that I put lots of weird and wonderful music on there. Stuff what's not played on the. I hate pop music as well. So it's the music what does it for me, and I get a lot of inspiration for the music from old vintage skateboarding films as well.
Wow.
So
Okay.
There's a little bit of that in the background. And they always have like kick-ass soundtracks. So yeah, a lot of it comes from there. A bit of classical music in there makes it seem a little bit more relaxing and satisfying.
Why not?
So yeah, I just so the music thing is what inspires me a little bit. I don't know, in terms of films, don't get me wrong, I like films, but I couldn't tell you what happens after I've watched one. I'm just a guy who sits there and I'm like, that was so good.
You're not watching the right ones.
He's going to sleep.
I'll enjoy it, but I guarantee, like a month down the line, my missus could put the same film on again, and I'd be like, "Did we watch this?" And I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a question. So, have you ever watched a film and they're repairing something and they've done it really badly?
I don't think I have. I have seen other YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram videos where I think, come on, man, you could do better than that. And they're out there preaching to a lot of people, and they're using bad habits.
The Rivals, yes, there's quite a few. I was going to bring that up on TikTok. Rivals. There's a few other repair agencies out there, and I'm comparing them, and other people probably compare them as well. But you obviously try and be a TikTok community and communicate friendly to other people, because there's even some young kid on there that's doing quite well in his repairs. I can't remember his TikTok name.
So that sounds like the UK phone fixer.
Yeah. So shout out. That was a quick plug there.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's good.
That's good.
The other thing is that I find I'm a bit of a germaphobe, right? And I find that it can be quite unsanitary, these disgusting devices that might come in. They might have like smell on them or something, or, when you pick them out and they've got disgusting bum fluff inside the bloody charging port.
Bum fluff. Yeah. Oh, what happened there? I don't know if the fly just attacked me. Sorry. Yeah. So you know what? Phones are absolutely filthy, and there's always something in the Daily Mail what compares a phone to the amount of germs on a toilet seat or something like that. And they are disgusting things. You keep them in your horrible warm pockets, stick them on your greasy face. So phones are dirty. Definitely.
Do you have a
Phones
process
really
then? So when they come in, do you freaking sanitize the rubbish
Antibiotics
first? And then work on it?
We keep copious amounts of isopropyl alcohol, which is like alcohol in its purest form, and everything. It's really safe for electronics because it has no electrons what are conductive in there. Nothing in there what's conductive. So we just squirt everything with alcohol. It's the same stuff what's in hand sanitizer, apart from aloe vera gel. Just hand sanitizer pretty much all over the phone. Clean it down, but you can't do that to the inside. So what we find is we sort of professionally seal these devices, but when they've been to other certain repair outlets. They're not forced to do that. So when they've got a broken screen, it's just an open hole for dust to enter. So we see some pretty grotty things like, and then of course there's the liquid damaged phones that we get in, and everybody always says that they've dropped it in the sink or they've dropped it in the sea. A lot of the equipment what we use is it uses heat. We use lots of heat to warm things up, to dry things out, to loosen things off. When you start warming up these phones what have been dropped in the sink, we soon discover that they are in fact toilet phones.
So so they might have done it while they're having a poo or something, and then they've taken it out, sent it off to you, and then you've heated it up with the heat gun, and it's wafting.
It tends to make a bit of an ammonia sort of scent in the room. So yeah, we soon figure out what's a sink phone and a toilet phone. And the toilet phones tend to get put at the very bottom of the queue, especially when we've been lied to. You heard
it here first, people. Don't see the poo ones.
Get a Febreze ready when you.
Anti-backs at the ready. But yeah, I think we're coming near the end.
Toilet.
I think we're coming near the end of the show now. I don't have a timer these days. You know, we just waffle on.
5 minutes, 40, 39, 38. We've got 5 minutes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've got a countdown at the top.
Oh, have you got anything that you want to ask us, Ollie, as well? Because we always ask loads of questions.
That's true, actually. Yeah, we do. Good point, Dan. Ask away.
I think we've already discovered that Kev is an Android man and Dan is an Apple man. That was one of the things I was thinking about earlier. I know you mentioned on WhatsApp the other day movies. So what's going on with movies? Can you recommend me a film that I should go and see this weekend?
You see, you don't like Marvel and you're not really into geeky stuff, but Kev might be a good option because he's the film guy. So you go, Kev.
Yeah. So have you seen A Quiet Place, the first one?
Maybe.
A long time ago. If you haven't seen the first one, I wouldn't recommend watching part 2. You'll be very confused. But there is a good and no-nonsense action film out called Nobody at the moment, which stars Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. It's like the John Wick films. It's very silly, very violent, very kung fu-y. It's a really good fun watch. So I'd highly recommend that to go and watch.
Cool. What was the name of that one again?
It's called Nobody.
I will give that a try. We liked the John Wick ones. I remember that one with the poor dog and stuff. So
yeah, it's either written or directed by someone who worked on the John Wick film. So it's very
cool. Wicked. That sounds like an option. Thanks.
And in terms of films and things, we always say, like, what have we watched lately? And Kev sounds like he's watched quite a few things. And also Disney's released Loki this week, and that come out Wednesday, which is Is it Wednesday or did it yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday. We are obviously recording this, so people might be listening to this on different days. But yeah, it come out the 9th of June. And I must say, the first episode was very good. But talking to Ollie, the iDoctor, he doesn't really like Marvel stuff. So,
you know,
or do you?
Any of it? I do. I'm sure we had the conversation prior to this where I said, yeah, I do. I get on with it. I've seen quite a lot of them, but is the problem what I have is with names. So I'll not remember anybody's name. So I'll get Captain America and Thor mixed up and things like that. But I will definitely be watching that that Loki. I've been quite hard for that for a little while, so I'm looking forward to that one. I didn't realize that it was out this week. I'm not a massive TV man, but we just take it whatever Netflix recommends, whatever Disney Plus recommends, and things like that. So we tend to do it that way, and I will definitely give Loki a try. I'm looking forward to that. The Master of Mischief.
There's too many options, I think, isn't there? You've got Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Netflix. I mean, where do you start nowadays? And you still scroll through. I do scroll through for like half an hour trying to find what to watch.
You know, I was talking about Amazon Prime. I was listening to one of the earlier podcasts last week, I think it was, where and it would just really hit a nerve where you said about the Amazon Prime user interface and how bloody poor it is.
Awful, isn't it? It's so bad.
Yeah, really, really bad. I just can't get on with that at all. So unless I want to watch something very specific and I search for it, even the search function is bad, by the way, then you can't browse Amazon Prime. It's so hard to browse it.
You need to know what you're going there for. 100%.
Netflix and Disney have totally hit the nail on the head there with the browse features on that.
Yeah. Right. We have just about a minute left. So do you want to wrap up? And where can people find you, Ollie?
Okay, I can be found. I'm having a big push on YouTube. So search iDoctor UK on YouTube and subscribe, hit the bell icon, thumbs up and all that sort of jazz. Obviously TikTok is iDoctor UK, Instagram iDoctor UK. We've got well-established accounts on there, so we should pop straight up if you search that. And I'm in Sheffield all the time on the live stream. Everybody asks me, where are you from? Where are you from? So I'm from Sheffield, just in case.
He's from Sheffield.
Just in case you were wondering.
There's good breweries in Sheffield. I'm a beer drinker, so.
You love your beer,
mate,
don't you?
We've just wasted half an hour.
That's another talk.
For half an hour, mate.
We have to get you back.
Yeah. Totally,
no, but we've got a good background about Ollie and the eye doctor and what he does. The next time we speak will probably be about beer then, but I don't drink too much beer, but Kev does. Yes. Lovely. But yeah, thank you very much, Ollie, for joining us on the Dan and Kev Show. If you want to get in touch with us or be a guest as well, we're also now on YouTube and Spotify and other platforms. Please check at Dan and Kev Show, or you can email us danandkevshow@gmail.com. In the meantime, I have been Dan.
And I've been Kev.
And thank you, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thanks for having me. Cheers, guys.
Take care.
See you later.
Bless you. Wish you well. Bye-bye.
Say, kids, what time is it?
You've been listening to the Dan and Kev Show.
Número 1.
Treating your ears.